Taki, they've decided that, they will formulate these harahara kreme and whakatai, and they will just stick by it. It's full of falsities, shaky ground, and they know all of our iwi were there in 1840. It wasn't just Kahungunu Rangitane. Now, they were the most junior, and therefore the most easiest, ngā wari noi ho ki te krauna, ki te pati, ki te, to grease them up, and to make deals with them, Our people took a lot longer. But a lot of those kahungunu-linked people, and once they secured, some kahungunu land, then everything just fell away. And then some of the land, especially it came through right around about 1850, 1851, when the Crown started to falsify land deeds. And all the land deeds right through that time, right through to 1912, were particularly masterfully put under Kahungunu Rangitane, and they shouldn't have been. Yeah. And the people didn't know. The people, again, just like we'll go on to the mandate that Kahungunu Rangitane hold, which is false as well, and illegal. Kāre i te tika, kāre i te tika. Full of tika, full of rūkahu, which is crap, and falsities and hair, it's full of stuff that's criminally wrong. Okay? Pena kāre i te tika, tēnā kāhore, tēnā kai te he. I runga i te āhua o te tika, me te tikanga, me te kawa, o te iwi. So they haven't matched up in the traditional sense. And this is what this is all about. We can match them up. Legalistically, we can match them up easily. There's no problems there. But they can't let the legalistics and that overrule everything else, which is the traditional side, which they don't match up. See? Pai te tino he, tō rātai tū. And, being the Pākehā whaidiwi they've become, led by S.P. Smith, P.J. Devonshire, and Paula Munson, three of the most bookified people that we know. And, of course, a whole lot of people that don't really know which iwi they're from. We've been going on about this since about 1999. It's been, since 1999. We've been going on about that within Tahumā Kanui Matua, that the identity crisis amongst our people, especially those 40,000, has been riot. And it's still there. They haven't corrected their stance, They're trying to make out it's the Crown acting like it's gospel, but the Crown already knows it's not gospel. What the Crown's been made to do is act like it is, see? So we know that it's Kahungunu Rangitane who have made this possible, see? By saying to the Crown, let's make a deal where you act like that and we get our way, so you get what we, I've got no proof of this, but perhaps they said, if you give us 120 million, we'll give you the rest and keep 93. Let's put it that way. Could have been something like that. But we don't know, That's for Kahungunu negotiators and Rangitane negotiators, and knowing that they're people that deal behind closed doors and make deals like that in the quiet, out of the public's eye. And also, they try and threaten people behind closed doors. As soon as we call them out, they go running. They're scared. Really? And they're just tangiweto anyway. And so, yeah, here we come with all our tāwariwari and all our haka and waiata and our kapas and all that sort of stuff are going to join in the act. Even on the website. And our protests, we'll get them filmed online. The media will get lots of the kōrero. And you'll get constant kōrero coming on a regular basis to you, live, from myself and from the crew, from some of the iwi. You'll get to hear some of their kōrero and how they're feeling about these claims and settlements, these false claims and settlements between the partnership of the Kahungunu Rangitane and the Crown. You know, it's absolutely disgusting, you know. And we're the most senior iwi amongst us. See? And that's the other disgusting part, you know. There's no respect at all for the traditional from these iwi. And it's sad. There's another element in there as well. And there's a tūhoe element. You know, and the mātātua element, it's sad because we're also part of the mātātua element, except we don't support a lot of the mātātua things that they do around these areas. We don't support any of them because they go too far. Yeah, they try and overrule the people down these ways and within our rohe, even our people, but our people won't be listening. Yeah, we don't need mātātua to tell us what to do or dictate to us or try and make us see that their way is the clear way forward, which is not true. Our tipuna already laid that down for us, and so therefore we will continue to follow what our tipuna laid down for us. And that's the way our iwi has been, that's how we've established, and that's the way it's going to be and remain. Okay, even throughout all our establishments we've got coming up, we've got a lot of business ventures coming up. Some of them will be taking on, you know, like Tahu Tours Limited, Te Whatakai Limited, Hue Limited, Tahu Springs Limited, Tahu Investments Limited. All those groups will join in, I have no doubt, in some way. They'll be part of the protest action as well. Perhaps we'll do, you know, ads and promos from within those ventures. They will join in on the kōrero against these pūrari paka, you know. These fellows who don't give a stuff about anybody else, just themselves, you know. And we as an iwi as well, as a hapu and as a, you know, an iwi nui tonu in the day. You know, we've got to say to groups like Tūhoe, who like to try and dictate to people because they know so much about te ao kōhatu, but they forget that the ao kōhatu they know is theirs. See? That's what they forget, you know, they forget that a lot of the time. As soon as they talk to people like Tahu Mākaka Nui Matua, you know, we already know ao kōhatu and our ways and all that sort of thing. You know, I've even had someone say to me, oh, but whaine means auntie. I said, well, in Tahu it means mother, right? See? They try to test you on what you know and how well you know it. And tend to, I guess it's the culture that's developed in New Zealand, you know. Some of the more stronger iwi, I guess, go around and can't help but think that they know everything, and really they don't. And Tūhoe doesn't. No, they don't know everything, and Ngāpuhi definitely doesn't. They got next to no natives up there in Ngāpuhi, next to none. There's been a few, but not very many. I guess in the day, there's probably none. Today, there might be a couple up there, but they wouldn't have been brought up in Ngāpuhi. But they've got a good deal up that way. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, but they've got a lot of tūhoe input up there too now, in Ngāpuhi and Taitokerai. So that's cool. that's cool. Hopefully they'll become stronger, the stronger fort. We don't like the tūhoe input and stuff like that in Tahumākanui Matua because it always tends to go the way they want it, which is not right. That's not even tūturu. It's got to go Tahumākanui way. So we always strive to keep our way, no matter what, and strive forward, keeping our way. Even in the protest section, that's what we will do. Tūturu haka. Tūturu waiata, and a lot of waiata and pōkeka and whakatumatuma and all those waiata kaioraura. You'll have all those sorts of things come out of the Tahumākanui regime, and they'll tell you a few things about why we're so angry. Because kai te he. Te tū, kai te he, te whakatau, kai te he, anō, ngā kreme i runga i ngā taunahanahatanga tūturu, o mā tauna mātua, o mā tauna tipuna. Okay? Our ancestors already laid down our kōrero, and that's the kōrero we hold. You can't change that. I'm sorry. And you can have te taha Pākehā in this industry and in this world. But if the traditional side doesn't match up, you're in big trouble. And that's where you're at. Kahungunu Rangitane and the Crown. Now the Crown, we have Crown support. But, they also know that we're not 100% with them. See? Because, and I've already told the Crown, I said, well, we're hard out under moai hapu. And that sort of opened their eyes a bit more to who they were talking to. Because I don't think they really took it all in about who they were talking to. I said, te atiawa, ngāti te awa. That's where we're from. Okay? And they said, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. They know us, they started to deal with us. And actually, there's quite a bit of support there in with the Crown, but at the end of the day, they've got to stick with their regime. And what did Kahungunu Rangitane say? Nah, go our way. We'll give you a settlement. And so what does the Crown have to do? They need to go for a settlement. See, that's their job. They need to go for a settlement. And what did we say? We said, nah, get stuffed. Your terms of settlement don't suit us. All the issues between us, Kahungunu Rangitane, are not settled properly, are not resolved. So go get stuffed. So we gave them no settlement. And we're not just in this for the money. That's a Pākehā thing. And what we have is worth more than all the money in the world. So we're rich as. So we don't care about your money. But one thing we do care about, and that is when we get to whakataunga stage, that it's done right. Because we only have one go at it. And we only want one go at it. And we want to do it right. Right, bye. That's what I said to the Crown. And I didn't give a shit if they didn't like it. I don't give a stuff if they didn't like it. Hey. And I suppose they didn't because they went and sided with Kahungunu Rangitane, who are just, they're probably the epitome of bullshit artists today, which is Tito. Rūkahu, all those sorts of things. And, they're doing some of the most cheeky things that one could ever do to especially a senior iwi. We're the seniors. They're being absolutely cheeky, he tika tika tira. We call that a tika tika. A whaka tika tika, And that's the way they're being. They actually are uri of ours. They come from us. You know what they're going around saying? That we come from them. And that they own us. They haven't even got a reo, let alone own anybody. They don't even own themselves. So, Yeah, I guess we should protest against that too. You can't not own yourself, okay? Yeah. So that's all the kōrero from me. And there's a lot of kōrero there. But I hope that points you in the right direction when you want to try and find why you're seeing all these protests and hakas and marches and picket lines going on, marching through some of our hapori, our communities and our people, right throughout the country, and Tauranga and Waikare Moana and all these places, and getting filmed live sometimes on Facebook. And cultural performances and kapahaka and wharetūtaua and military performing on way there, and hopefully Moai will join us sometimes in the kōrero, and also in the well, I guess a lot of the details there when it comes to claims processes and dealing with the Crown. This is what I like about Moai, because they've already got the Crown sus. You know, they basically are the Crown. Yeah, I need to put it that way, because actually the power of Moai and the authority of Moai is in, Great Britain and London, the Crown in there. All its mana established in the kotahitanga and the Federation flag, 1835 Declaration of Independence, still stands. Why? Because it still stands i runga i te mana o Piritani Nui. And Piritani Nui. And so, yeah, there you have it. The mana of Moa. So they are the Crown. They're the power in the Crown. And the other thing about Moai is they are tūturu, where our people come from. We're pretty sure. We know Te Awa came through there. And so Te Awa being Moai, Awa is also Moai. Te Ati Awa is also Moai. And therefore, tūtura, ira tūro to matua. And of course, Tahumā, Kanui Matua o Tura, which is us. We're all Moai. And yeah, I only had to listen to their reo once. I went, geez. It was just like listening to our own reo tūturu. That's what it's like. Yeah, Moai's reo, and things like that, the way they do things, I'm not surprised we developed in the way that we did, coming from such a culture, stone culture as well, all those sorts of things, and we look at their people and what they're like, highly intelligent, all those things about our tipuna. Sorry, I don't mean to make it like, that we're better than anybody else. I'm not saying that, and I definitely am not one to support things like that. But I'm just talking about the attributes there of our ancestors who actually did have all those things, yeah. We might not be perfect today, but they had that perfect tahumā kanuitanga. We haven't got that. That's something we're striving for. Okay, we want that perfection. We want that atuatuatanga o tahumā kanui matua o tura to come back, to return. Okay, we've established, we've got a lot of establishments here. We've got our reo tūturu and our consistencies, but we're still aiming for the pāruhi o mātauna māteo o mātauna tipuna, and that takes time. It might even take beyond 2050, which is where our targets go. And so, even though we're very strong, one of the strongest iwi in the country, around about third or even somewhere near second, or maybe in between, because I forgot to mention that even though around about third is around about Waikato, we're senior to Waikato. Yeah, so they would even suggest probably the same thing. And why is that? Because of so many connections of the nativity of the reo within our iwi. I know all the lines. I know who all the natives are. And so the reo is very, very strong in Tahumāka Kanui Matua. Even the native reo Tahumāka Kanui Matua o Tura. Very, very strong. And we're very, very capable. And so we should be protesting against the current settlements and the partnership of the Crown. Over 40,000 plus of our people. And also over the assets of those people that are still under our uri, our tribes, you know. And so I leave you with that. Any pātai, or any kōrero you need to know, just let us know on our pages, and we'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. Everything's being administrated. So administrators will get back to you as soon as they can, no doubt. And even join us. You know, we're taking this so public and so far and wide that sooner or later, the Kahungunu Rangitane and the Crown will feel the pinch and realise, hey, kai te he tō rātai, tā rātai, anā i he, i a rātai. I te wā i whakatau atua i a rātau ngā kre mene. I he noa atua noa i ngā tau nahatanga o rātau. O ngā mātua, o tai atano o rātau i runga i o ngā mātua tipuna. Ana i he noa atu i runga i te mea kāre hoki rātau. Ia ta whakaaro atu ki ngā mahi e mahi nei e rātai. You know, they didn't have a good think about what they were doing. And he harahara tērā. You know, when things are not tika, he harahara, you can't ignore it. And they're trying to ignore it, eh? Kai te karo atu rātau, whakakahore atu rātau. You know? And, you know, whā kore is not a good thing in te whole tūturu. You know, you can't whā kore. Because our tipuna was so smart, as soon as you whā kore, even before you whā kore, they already knew. Pai te rūkahu koe. See, that's how smart they were. And we still have some of that alive today. Yeah, some of that strength, some of that ability, that intelligence. But that perfection in Tahumāka Kanui, that accuracy, that precision, yeah, we have that. We have that. But perfection in this takes a long time. Okay? So, yeah, needless to say, we're established. And very, very well, very, very strongly. You know, we've become, in a very short time, one of the strongest iwi in the country. And I'm you know, I'm able to say that because I've seen things grow. I've seen the comparisons, the facts and figures develop right around us, and everything mobilised right throughout the country, you know, and all those that tried to deny us, ka whā kore noa atu, whā kore rawa atu e tahi, whā kore rawa atu, he whā kore kau atu I roto e tahi, you know, people tried to completely deny us, say. And just like Kahungunu Rangitane are trying to do, but you can't do that. Hey. I te ao tūturu, kai te he koe. You know? And there were certain, you know, there's certain punishments for that. But in this day and age, you know, ka whakamā koe. I te arawaro o te tangata. You know, ka whakamā koe. And that's your lot. And that's part of the main aims of this protest action is to bring Kahungunu Rangitane out from behind their closed doors where they make all their deals and where they do all this hara stuff and then they try to hide and then they come out in front of the public and act like, you know, like the royals do, you know, and they come out, you know, act like they're angels and speak their perfect English. You know, being the Pākehā whai people that they are. And, I'd just rather just keep it basic and simple and straight up and upfront and tika, you know. As long as everything's tika, I'm not worried. As soon as everything goes here katoa, I get worried. You know, and we don't have much of that. But we do have a lot of, you know, their hara games and stuff going on. You know, and a lot of taukume goes on. You know, even from Tūhoe. Probably one of the most taukume iwi I have ever known. That's why they disgust me now. You know, and the Kahungunu Rangitane are just, you know, parroting them, I guess. Which is sad. And they become very mino, you know. You know, so they're all bros, see, now? All in this hara thing going on. Geez, and if this was in our tipuna's day, geez, they'd be had it, eh? All three of those iwi, they'd be had it. I guarantee you. But today they get away with ka whakamā. Rātai, I mua i te aroaro o te tangata. You know, we're going to protest against them, you know. They're going to get more and more whakamā as time goes on. Year by year, protest, and that's how it happens. And tahumā kanui matua, we will protest until we get the response we want. Okay? And even if we have to take a huge march, ki te whare pāre mata, you know, I'm pretty sure the whole of the country will join us and come with us and make sure that the Crown, the Kahungunu and Rangitane are put in their rightful places, you know. And that says iwi, and as prominent iwi, as we're prominent iwi, but as the junior iwi that they were, not the big bosses that they're trying to be today. And I guess as they're Pākehā and Crown orientated nowadays, and he pipi hei noiho, you know, they're only pipis, you know, and ko ngahu. And it shows in their reo, it shows in their tikanga, and the way they do things, and, you know, ka tapepe katoa, I te nuinga o te wā, tapepe, tapepa. That's all you get. That's all you get. In Kahungunu and Rangitane, and we're not silly. We know why that is. There's the strong kaukioki no atu rātau, heukioki ra wātu no rātau, no Rangitane, no Kahungunu mā, ki runga ki tō te Pākehā. And that's what happens when you do that. That's why they trip up a lot, because ka noho noiho rātau ki tā te Pākehā. People are a bit hard at listening, or in fact, there's so many different other influences out there that they would rather listen to the other influences sometimes, which is sad. Very sad, because what happens is they get the wrong end of the stick, which is what I think these iwi have ended up with, and yeah. But anyway, that launches our protest section. And we have also hearings. I'll just finish it off with the last lot of areas of the protest section. There's hearings versus the Crown, versus Kahungunu Rangitane, where we'll be talking about our 40,000 plus people, the overwhelming numbers of those people that are ours. And we will be asking for them back under our mandate. And also we will be looking to get the assets from under them. Okay? That actually all tahumā kanui matua o tura. The other thing we will be doing is making sure that the tribunal is supporting us in that, and our lawyers are there. And then Moai Hapu comes in with us. The other thing we have going as a part of our protest is we're already looking to serve papers on all those holders of our lands. Okay, so we've got all that sort of thing going, affidavits everywhere, starting to happen as a part of our protests. All those people on our lands wrongfully either under kahungunu or are not the proper holders of those lands. We are. We are the owners, including the foreshore and seabed, which is part of our claim. We claim the foreshore and seabed because we are great believers that that's where we began, in the foreshore and seabed. So don't tell the Crown. But they cannot stop us from claiming the foreshore and seabed, because that's where we were created, out of the foreshore and seabed. Part of the creation of Te Ira Tangata came out of there. So, and that's the beliefs of Tahumāka Nui Matu o Tura. So, yeah, we claim that, and I don't know, it might be the belief of Moai too, because they are so strongly tied to the foreshore and seabed as well. So I know that raises their take again, but yeah, I haven't stopped arguing about it, because it's part of our claim. All our fisheries, all our coasts, Kahungunu, again, they claim some of the coasts of Hawke's Bay and, Tairāwhiti and Taihauauru, some of our coasts. And we're claiming all those back too. They're all ours. And all our pā, all our marae, all our whenua, all our tāwaha whenua, all our rohe. Claiming the o, kia Tahumāka Nui Matu o Tura, ki tō mātau na iwi, iwi nui tonu. And I've already explained what that is, iwi nui tonu. That's our, that's the greatest extent of an iwi you can have. Iwi that have other iwi coming from them are usually an iwi nui tonu, or that, they're of a greater extent, And we have 9 iwi descended from us, which is quite big, quite large. And so we call ourselves an iwi nui tonu. So there's affidavits flying around everywhere. And also, if the hearings don't come off successfully in our favour, then we have, of course, court action ready to go. The High Court, the Court of Appeal, which should be a good one, should be exciting. And then, of course, the highest court in the land, which is the Supreme Court. And Kahungunu Rangitane or the Crown won't like going there, because there's only one more step left. And that's International Court, and we're ready to go there too. World Court, and we'll take them all the way. Yeah? They won't like this protest action. And I guarantee you, all our people in our 19 nations across the world, and I wouldn't mind betting even the 250 nations of the partners of our tipuna of 1835 join in with us too in the protest. So, that's the whole of the protest action about to take place, and I'll leave you with that. Te whakawhanakehia o tō mātai tā wariwari atu i ngā harahara. Te he o te kreme, te he o te tū, te teka o te tū me te mahi. O Kahungunu Rangitane, tēnā hononga anō ki te krauna, tēnā nōroto i te pū o te Pākehā. Te pūtakenga mai o te Pākehā. Ko te krauna tira. Okay? And all of their harahara, geez, the list just goes on. The Crown should have been locked up years ago, centuries ago. In fact, they'd probably be still there today. That's how bad they are. I wouldn't want to make an official pact or partnership with guys like that. And just going back just briefly into the mandate that they formulated, the falsified mandate that Kahungunu Rangitane formulated with the Crown, with this partnership, is absolute rubbish. That's where the crux of this whole thing happened. We weren't consulted. We are the iwi of Tahumāka Nui. We weren't even consulted. We weren't even advised of the whole thing. And they took out a mandate over us. How do you do that? We didn't even sign anything. If that's not here, which is the opposite of tika, then I don't know what is. You can't do that to an iwi. You can't do that to an iwi nui tonu. And I definitely wouldn't let you do that to our tipuna, which is what they did. You know, they cut right across our tipuna. They shoved us under a teina. They shoved us under an uri of ours. You know, this is what their law did. This is what their mandate did. And it's absolute rubbish. It's absolutely illegal because it wasn't within tika, wasn't within traditional law and order. It wasn't made within the confines of each of those worlds. Okay? The law of the Pākehā, the law of New Zealand, common law and international law would say that kei te tika ahai. Because by those laws, our super tribal law, the law of our iwi nui tonu ngai tahu mākaka nui, is actually legal. See, so if you've trampled there, which is what Kahungunu Rangitane have done, and the same with the Crown, then you're in big trouble. Okay? And that's what these protests are about. And they've falsified all the claims. They've falsified even the settlements. They're all false. Because the majority of those lands they're settling actually belong to us. And so we'll be aiming to get those back. The whole lot. The whole bang lot. And our people. Okay, no reira rā tātou. Ka nui pēr tēnā. Ka nui pēr hoki tēnā. Ahau kōrero atuai e ne mea. I runga I te whakaaro nui. Ki ngā auri, ki ngā tamari ki mokopuna. Kai te aukatihia e koutou. E koutou Rangitane Kahungunu. Me tō rātau sūsurutanga, kai te aukatihia e koutou. Me tō koutou harahara nei o te āhua. Harahara nei o te tū. Harahara o te āhua o te tika anō o te āhua o te mahi. E nei āhua tanga katoa kua... me tō koutou nā tū. Ki runga ki tā te Pākehā, me te pūtakenga mai o te Pākehā. Ko i rā katoa tō koutou nā tū. You know, you fellas, me whakatika I tēnei tū āhua. Me whakatika I o koutou nā te āhua nei ki te tū o koutou, me tō koutou nā whākore atu. Ki te tūturutanga o tātou nā iwi, o tātou nā uri. Me te reo, pai te aukati e koutou I te reo. Tō koutou nā māramatanga ki te reo, ka reo I te tino mōhio kai whea e ahu mai ana. E rangi te āhua nei kai te ahu mai runga I te māramatanga o tūhoi ki te reo. Kare te tika tēnā. O tātou nā reo, kāre ahu mai roto o tūhoi. Kāre ahu mai roto o tūhoi. Ne? Kai te pai. Pena he mātātuatanga, he ngāti awatanga kai roto I ngā reo. Tēnā kāre ahu katoa mai I roto I tērā o ngā reo. Kai te pai. Me titiro whānui ki atu koutou. Me titiro hohonu atu koutou ki nei āhuatanga. Because, I'll just say this bit in English. You fellas are being led, Kahungunu Rangitane, you're led not only by Pākehā and Pākehā ways, but you're also being led by book Māoris. See? Most of your fellows iwi is book Māori. And these are the other things. These are some of the reasons we will never follow you, never give in to you. And though we're tūturu and we would rather work with you, at the moment, because of the terms of the way you want to work are not tūturu, not tika as well, you'll never get us working with you at the moment. Okay? And that's tūturu. That starts. That's still tūturu. We won't change. See? And I know you've tried to push us into a corner so that we, ki te kopa iti, ka pōraru atu mātou, ana ka huri te tūturutanga. But, that hasn't worked. You tried to make us turn from our tūturutanga and we haven't. Just because we don't want to work with you doesn't mean to say we're not being tūturu. Because deep down we still do want to work with you. Because we should. Because you're uri of ours. And Rangitane is a whanaunga of ours. Okay, but a very junior one. Yeah, so fix this, whatever you've got going, fix it up. And forget this partnership with the Crown and the deal you've got with the Crown. And let's do it properly. You know, whakahukia mai tēnei te mana anō te kōrero, kia mutu atu ai ki a tātou katoa. Tā atu anō hoki ki te tūturutanga o tēnā, o tēnā, o tēnā o tātou. Me mātai. Mātai anō hoki o tahu māka nui matu o tura. Me u atu ki te tika, ka tika. Me u atu ki te tūturu, ka tika. Me u atu anō ki te kawa. Me te pono. Ai, ka aroha koutou. Ka aroha koutou kua huri, kua tauiwi ke pēr. Tauiwi ke. Ne? Kua tauiwi ke pēr koutou. I roto i ngā rā. I roto i ngā tai. I roto i ngā kaupeka. Kua huri tauiwi. Tauiwi te whakaaro, Pākehā te whakaaro. Tauiwi te tikanga e rā ahua tanga katoa. Me te pōhehe, kai roto i te pūtakenga mai o te Pākehā, te tino mō koutou. Nei, kai te he tēnā. And I'm pretty sure that's why you struggle. Because you hold too much onto the Pākehā, which is the source of all your confusion. No te mea, tō tātou tūturutanga, kāre u mai runga i tā te Pākehā. See? Our tūturutanga wasn't developed on Pākehā-tanga. No matter how you try to understand it through a Pākehā worldview, you will never get it. Because our tūturutanga is not a Pākehā worldview. Like for ours, in Tahumāka ka nui matua, it's a Tahumāka ka nui matua worldview. The problem is, you all can't see that. Yeah? In Tahumāka ka nui matua, we have the luxury of being able to see that. Yeah. And there are natives in our iwi, native speakers of our reo, that have the luxury of seeing that all the time. And I'm one of those. Okay, no reira rai tātai. Kia kaha, ka aroha koutou Rangitane Kahungunu. You know, we're about to unsettle your settlement a lot more. I know we've done a lot of that already, and yeah, ka